Same thing's gonna happen.
Like I talked to my little brother on Saturday, and I basically said like these things probably won't even see completion.
No.
It's like this bubble is about to burst like any day.
10 years is gonna be obsolete.
Not even 10 years, like 2, like shit.
I even said something like that. I was like, you have a guarantee that because it's not gonna become obsolete.
Because the thing is, literally earlier this year, the whole AI boom, that shit almost came to an end because of fucking Deep Sea. Have you heard about that? The Chinese company Deep Sea. Yeah. That came out, proved that you can basically make these AI shit for less money, little to no cost, little to no environmental damage. Basically proved that it's like, you don't need all this.
This is just greed.
This is just not even greed, because like they're not making money.
They're losing $8 million a year. That's the number on it.
$8 million. Because what's the total amount? I could have sworn it was like $1 trillion total.
Yeah.
Collectively for everything. Yeah.
I bet I have like 26 of these now. That are just, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. And I had another version of the speech where I was like, basically going to talk about the metaverse. Where I was like, they've abandoned projects before.
Yeah.
Like literally, like not even 2 years ago. Literally this same time.
I have a quest in my house. I don't go on the metaverse thing. Play games on it.
And the same thing's gonna happen with this, where it's like they don't have
knowledge on it. There's not enough information.
Well, not even that. It's they don't have the proper way to pitch this to the common man.
So it's lawyer jumbo. That's all it is. That's what presented to the council. That's why the council knows nothing about it.
Yeah. It surprises me because Zach Zopp, like, he was professionally in government regulation shit before, like, he quit and went into the public sector. And I really want to find out if his firm, HNTB, that he works with, has done any work with this, because, like, there's no way that somebody who cares about water would have passed this shit.
Yeah, I'm curious how much money was passed between hands for this, because you can't tell me Trent Campbell wasn't paid off.
Yeah, he ran when I had a camera on Wednesday, and I was like filming the protest, and I'm also right now, just by the way, if that's okay.
No, it's all good.
And like when I came out to like hear from him after the meeting, like he just scoffed at me and walked away. He doesn't even want to be like held accountable.
I called him. I was the guy at the data center meeting. I called him.
I think his last stream.
Yeah. I had called him, and he was, respectful during that call, but obviously he was shady and stuff.
Yeah,
as he is. But
as most politicians.
Then I reached out to him for an on-camera interview. Well, because I bought like little mini mics and everything. Like I have a recording stuff, and all of a sudden his schedule was filled up. And I go, well, I'd be willing to drive to Waukesha where you live, by the way. I know that. You don't live in Beaver Dam. He's like, well, my schedule's pretty full, but I'd be willing to do one on the phone. I said, okay, well, could you send me over your schedule? Haven't heard anything back in a week.
No, of course
silent. Dead silent. He's scared of confrontation.
As for like, didn't one of the seats vacate?
District 6, they're actually doing it tonight.
I guarantee that dude took the money and left.
Yeah. I don't know who is getting it tonight, but there's a vote to pass who it is tonight, and then they're going to do an oath and everything. I don't know who it is, though.
I don't see the point, because it's just going to go for re-election this coming spring.
Whoever fills it, if we can get them on our side to sponsor something, this is the opportunity too. Because they're new. You kind of got to treat them like prey.
Right.
What if it's that dude?
Might be in trouble.
We're fucked. We gotta get him.
Damn, I wish he was here.
He commented on a Facebook post that said something about starting buying Bitcoins again.
I love that shit.
Unreal.
Oh man, they do this.
I was waiting for the goose hat to pop up.
Oh my god, yeah.
I wouldn't be able to handle myself.
Come in like Stone Cold glass shatters. You're sad.
Mining coin.
Yo, why we mining coin?
I was the most in my show. I showed all of my friends it because I was like, this is the best thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. Oh, I sat next to him. He was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
We were just shooting the shit about like.
Oh, I
like,
bet he's got some stories.
Oh, he's a fun guy. I love him. I wish nothing but the best for him.
Yeah. Yeah, when you left, he was telling the cop there's more of us than there are of them. I was like, yeah, but no.
That's legendary. That's my guy. But yeah. And so, in this speech I'm going to announce my candidacy for District 10.
Good.
Awesome.
I know I live in the town. If I could, I would. Because my parents were like, we're in the city. I actually thought about running for District 27, the Markborn spot. But it's just I would have to forego college and like, and I don't know. But no, you got my vote. Anyone except anyone up there.
Anyone except anyone here. Except anyone here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there are a few younger ones on this, and those are the ones that I kind of give the side eye to. Because I'm like,
well, younger. Let's use younger and
younger, but you know what I mean.
30
like,
plus, 30 to 40.
Even 30 plus, they know a little bit. They know more than probably people who have been up here probably a little too long.
I don't know. I'm gonna basically. This speech is all about, like, I have a lot of it memorized, so a lot of it's going to be making direct eye contact with each. And my mom said to open my hand to them to ask what they guarantee at the end. So this thing probably like a minute 50. So I have another 10 seconds. I'm going to stare directly into the mayor's eyes for 10 seconds. And it should just tell me, ask you if I'm done. Be like, I got 5 seconds left. I'm just gonna I got this is pretty like.
You're just gonna mean mugger.
Next month is gonna be when Trent Campbell is here.
Oh shit.
That's when this is gonna get, because basically this is a very. It's more inspiring tone, more like set the mood tone. Next month is going to be a straight on.
And that's the 2nd, December?
Yeah, I don't know, I think it might be the 2nd, but yeah, Trent Campbell's supposed to be here, so.
Oh shit.
So that's not going to end up well.
I'm gonna bust out so many, so much colorful language.
I'm going to directly quote the call that I had with him on here and look him in the eyes and be like, why'd you tell me this when that's not? He told me that no water pipe was going to need to be put in and no exterior water movement was going to need to be put in. Yet they're putting in 24-inch water pipe right by my house.
Oh shit, literally right next door.
Right into my well. And so I'm like, are you serious right now? And then they're putting all that electrical up, and I'm like, well, I thought our electrical could be. Apparently, they're donating $15 million to Alliance Charity.
Yeah,
Sounds like a bribe to me.
I heard about that. Yeah, that is a bribe.
They're also investing $200 million into upgrading our electrical grid. Well, I thought our electrical grid was just fine. I thought I was going to be able to handle that, Trent.
What was there was an estimate about how much electricity is going to cost, like the size of Madison?
He gave me the number, yeah.
I think
Well, he also gave me the water number. He's like, well, it's not a small number, but there's a certain fruit company here in Beaver that uses more water than that. And he never gave me the name for it, and I was always intrigued, but I was like, okay, but even if you use more than that, you're just adding to it. So,
wait, fruit company?
Food company, yeah.
Oh,
I think it might be Kraft.
Kraft or Richelieu, one of the two.
Yeah.
it's probably
Kraft.
But even
You're just adding to it.
And if you are joining us online, if you would like to speak in our public forum, please raise your hand online and we will get you on the list.
They were asking if anybody wants to talk. You have to sign up to talk. Did you want to talk?
Can I please? Thank you.
Okay, it is 7:31, and I'd like to call this meeting of the Common Council of the City of Beaver Dam to order, and we will start with the roll call.
Burnett?
Here.
Burnett?
Here.
Curry?
Here.
Fisher?
Here.
Larry?
Here.
Yancey?
Here.
Island? Here? Olson? Turkey?
Here.
Wild? Yes?
Here.
Stop.
And let the record show that Alder Haley has made arrangements to maybe joining us on. Oh, that's right, and you're right, and also Alder Olson. Oh, there he is. Yeah, he was gonna attempt to join us online as well. Yeah, so he's there. Okay, great. Okay, first up, we will all rise for the pledge of allegiance, followed by the memorial sign of the flag.
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I want to welcome everyone here to our meeting. And before we begin, I want to go over the rules for the first item on our agenda, which is the informal public hearing. These are the rules for the public hearings that we have at the start of every council meeting. So I just want to review the rules. Number one, if you wish to speak, you must sign in before the first meeting begins. So again, if there's anyone who wants to sign in, now is your last opportunity. If you are online, please raise your hand and we'll get you on the list so that you can speak. We will take the speakers in the order they signed in. Each speaker may speak once and is limited to 2 minutes. Speakers are asked to give their name and where they live before they begin. Please refrain from using profanity, calling anyone names, or yelling out comments while someone else is speaking. Anyone who's uncooperative will be asked to leave. After our last public hearing, city leaders took the questions that were raised and attempted to answer them in a series of handouts that have been circulated online in the community and are available here tonight. Please try to focus your comments on things that are new questions or concerns if possible. Legally, the council cannot respond to any items that are not on this evening's agenda. Our intent is to gather your questions and concerns and respond to them in the near future. We have a lengthy list of business items that the council must address following this public hearing. As always, it is perfectly acceptable for audience members to stay for whatever portion of the meeting that they wish. Okay. That being said, I think we are ready. And the first person on the sign-up sheet is Mary Applin.
First of all, I want for the new data center project, a citizen committee be formed to help oversee the project and make sure that the promises made are promises met. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. Oh, and one other item, I think I forgot to mention, when you come forward, if you could say your name and then say where you live, just in terms of whether you're a city resident, township of Trenton, township of Beaver, or if you live in some other county, that's helpful. Okay, next up is Stephanie Wheaton.
Stephanie Wheaton.
Oh, sorry.
My family has lived here for generations. In fact, members of my family founded neighboring towns. So to say I have a vested interest in my community is an understatement. The other night, a little boy went missing, and within half an hour's time, hundreds of our citizens responded and were on the streets looking for him. Because this is a community of people. This is a community of people who care about each other. This is not the business of this Beaver Dam, of the city of Beaver Dam. And while I can respect the need to have certain items be business items, when it comes to the livelihood, health, and safety of our community, that is not a business decision. That is a community decision. And the fact that this was made behind closed doors is very shameful. When all this is said and done, we are all still going to be neighbors. We are all still going to be community members. Whether you are recalled and replaced, or whether you stay in your seat, we're going to have to work together somehow. So decorum is necessary, absolutely. But I think anger is also allowable. We trusted you. We elected you to represent our best interests, and that did not happen here. You were all starry-eyed and excited about numbers that were promised, numbers that are hoped for, numbers that are not legally binding, numbers that do not have contracts attached to them. Where are the legal documents? Where is the environmental impact report? Where is the archaeological survey? We have broken ground before anybody in town knew what was going on specifically, that this was an AI data center from NOAA. And I, for one, am not interested in the depth that is AI. I'm interested in the life that is water and our planet Mother Earth.
Thank you. Next up is Jackson Brooke.
Good evening. My name is Jackson Brooke. I reside in the town of Beaver Dam, and I'm a senior at Beaver Dam High School. I want to thank all of you here who have dedicated your careers supporting the youth in this community. I'm here tonight to speak for the future generation of Beaver Dam. Right now, decisions are being made that will shape the community, my generation, and parents. Yet there's been an alarming lack of representation for the people who will live longest with the consequences. I understand why this project was appealing in the moment. I truly did. But I want to ask, what guarantee was secured for our future? What guarantee do we have that this company won't argue depreciation on the kids the same way Walmart did with their property taxes, leaving taxpayers on the hook? What guarantee protects us if they walk away from the site the moment the incentive expires? What guarantee protects us if our water, if the closed loop cooling system suddenly isn't enough? What guarantee protects our energy grid when demand spikes beyond what was promised? What guarantee protects the generation that will be here long after the ribbon cutting? Other communities have already faced the consequences of trust and promises. In Mesa, Arizona, Meta assured residents their data center would barely use water. Within 2 years, they requested millions more gallons because the cooling system needed adjustments. The community had no protections, and they paid the price. Beaver Dam should not become the next example. Beaver Dam is a farming town at its core, a place built on land, water, and resources. Our grandparents worked together. They protected those resources for us, and I'm asking you to protect them for the generation that comes after us. Technology is evolving faster than any of us can predict. None of us can guarantee that this massive AI data center will still be necessary even 10 years from now. But we can guarantee that our environment, our taxes, and our community identity will still matter. So as an 18-year-old deciding where I might build my future family, what guarantee can you give me and every young person here in this town that this will still be a community worth choosing? Thank you.
Thank you, Jackson. Next up is Deborah Dorford.
I'm Deborah Dorford, a citizen of Beaver Dam. Concerning the AI data center owned by Meta, here are the publicized facts and timeline. November 4th, 2024, it was publicized about the Beaver Dam City Council meeting. The statement read, the creation of tax increment District Number 10 to secure a large-scale development on the city's north side. December 2nd, 2024, it got publicized that the Beaver Dam City Council held a closed session to discuss a developer's agreement with Digas LLC. February 9th, 2025, it was publicized that the agreement with Digas LLC was unanimously approved by the city council members in a closed session. In April 2025, it was publicized again, adding that Digas LLC is registered to a Delaware firm. Last Wednesday, November 12th, a reporter asked you, Bobby, what you had to say in regards to the opposition voicing complete secrecy on your part. You replied, the public knew in February. They knew it was an AI data center. You blatantly lied. You all are deceptive. You all purposely withheld that Digas LLC was a front for Meta and that the development was an AI data center. You all purposely disrespected and disregarded your constituents. You all displayed an abuse of power. Earlier today on Daily Dodge TV, Bobby, you explained to the public all about data centers and how they've been around for many, many years. An AI data center is completely different from previous data centers built and have only begun to be built in the last 3 years. You and Larry are seen fist bumping each other with smiles and laughing. Yes, great job. You deceived the public again.
Next up is Wayne Boyne.
Howdy, I'm Wayne Wayne. We're just down a street little piece here. I've known some of you since before you came up here on the council, and I never judged you as ignorant or unwise or in any way some mistakes and whatnot. But some of those I don't know at all. But for me and my household, we've been living in Beaver Dam since the 1800s and the area around it. We drive the roads around here that they built. They take an aggregate out of the quarries they found, and some of you probably from churches that they helped found. So we have a vested interest in the town. So here's what I understand. At the time I was put out 6 years ago, Alliant Energy brokered a deal with the city to annex property in as a business center. 2 years ago, someone signed a non-disclosure agreement, and with whom we now say this is Meta. In the fall last year, we held a supposed open hearing about what is now TD10, TID 10. It was so well announced that only one person came with their parent, and they don't even live in the city limits. There were a couple other meetings you guys had, the last of which was in December when we passed the development plan for the business center. Now, 2 months later after that, as you just said, in February, BDABC made some news release of a significant development for the business center. Interestingly, though, that was announced 30 days beyond its statute of limitations, allowing anyone to challenge it. And now, finally this week, you guys can say, oh, it's officially announced that it's a private meeting, that development is in question is an AI data center. A lot different than a regular data center. I hope you know that. I find it suspect, and that's for a little bit mildly, that last year I received a couple of flyers in the mail about the referendum for the school, in which we won $100 million to build it on property we had bought for it. But somehow, the 110 million tip, our commitment to run municipal resources that's eminent domain, lorded over our neighbors by the energy companies, local environmental impacts, and a litany of other factors surrounding this AI data center are practically nothing. We got nothing from you. So this is a gross negligence, and you call this an institution.
Can you wrap up your statement?
I will. I believe you guys are misguided. I believe you got poor advice, and it needs to be fixed somehow. So, thank you.
Next up is Francis Jennings.
Good evening to everyone. Thank you for this item. I have been a resident of Trent Township for 7 years, purchased the house in 1988. We are now 1 mile from the boundary, fence boundary, where the bulldozing is taking place. I have great misgivings about what will happen to the aquifer out there, to our water supply, to our electrical grid, and to ensuing costs. By the way, I'd like to thank all the speakers who went before me and the young man from Beaver Dam High School. I happen to know one of the men who sold his home when it was initially purchased. He was told that Alliance was building a power station, not that there was going to be a data center. I would like to know if the permits to break ground has yet been granted, because they've done an awful lot of work already, and that I have great misgivings about whether there really is going to be a closed loop system, whether the land will be deeded to ducks unlimited to these dams, and what happens before or after the 10-year tax statement, because it was posted on a website that it's possible they could walk and the city would be defaulted into claiming the land, and that any of the promises made would not be carried out for the land or the water. I would like you to give this great deliberation to protect those citizens who will be most immediately impacted, which would be Trenton Township, and of course the rest of the Beaver Dam area. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up is Chuck Dieterman.
I'm actually here just for the rezoning ordinance, so.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Get you later. Next up is Kate Miller.
I'm Kate Miller. I grew up here in Beaver Dam, and I've called it home my entire life. And I believe all of you want to do the best thing for the city. It'd be really, really sad if you didn't. And I believe that's why you all wanted to be on city council. And unfortunately, it feels like because of the lack of transparency in the beginning, it feels like we can't trust you guys. And the rumor mill has been going nuts. Like, people are accusing you guys of taking bribes. Like, and if that was true, like, we're really in trouble. So I just want to say also that I feel like maybe you guys saw that big number and couldn't let it walk away. And I'm reading all these facts that you released, and one of them that stood out to me is Meta aims to be water positive by 2030. I mean, what do you mean by aims to? Is there not a plan for that already?
No.
Like, they're just lying to you, obviously. And through you, I mean, you're lying to us if you're saying those things and repeating those things. It feels like a lie. And it also feels like that little publicity stunt you guys did last Wednesday with the shovels and the Meta logos. Like, you might as well have Meta tattooed on your foreheads. Like what are you doing here? You're not doing anything for us. Obviously, you're not listening to us. You're not listening to our neighbors. I mean, please start listening to us, and please start responding to us, because if you don't, then the rumor mill will just get out of control, as it has already, and there's no going back from that. And, to be honest with you guys, I think you've broken the trust of the city, and I don't know where we go from there. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up is Gabriel Reyes.
Let me apologize for my language last time. I promise I'll be far less colorful this time. My main point that I want to talk about today is the quote-unquote jobs that are coming to this town. The idea that these jobs are for people living in this town is foolish. It shows how little you actually know about your constituents. As somebody who's worked alongside many of the people in Beaver, I know for a fact that none of these jobs, none of them are even capable of applying for these jobs. In the 2020 census, the median amount of money for families was over $73,000. Sitting at home, $3,000. Cursory Google search will reveal that most of these jobs are well over $75,000 higher, and require years of experience and degrees that most of these people just do not have. These are not jobs for people who live in Beaver. These are jobs for people who live outside the city. If we're being honest, we don't even live in the state, we live in the country. On top of that, these jobs are possibly not even permanent. There has been speculation that once AI reaches a good enough point, most of these jobs are just to hand off to AI anyway. My name is Gabriel Reyes Jr., and Beaver Dam shouldn't have people who don't understand their constituents. Vote for me for District 10 Alderman.
Next up is Steve Rydewski.
No.
You want to tell me how to know?
So, years and years of wanton spending have gotten us to this point. I know some of you can't blame some of you because you were handed this situation where the spending is gotten out of control. And now we're dependent on some big corporation to come in and financially save us from our spending indiscretions here. I like to talk in facts. This TID document wasn't posted until October of 2025 because our citizens group requested it. Some of the one-liners out of this TID document: inflation is assumed to be 0.00% over the life of this TID.
That's unrealistic.
The city will receive approximately $187 million and change in tax increment through 2045. The TID should be able to pay a total of $128 million in expenditures. Should. To me, financial ineptitude, do you guys really believe in 0% interest, inflation, over the next 21 years on this project? Administration and organizational costs to the city, $10,000 a year for the next 21 years. But that's a magical number. Wow. Where did that come from? You said at the beginning, Bob, that you'd like to answer some of our questions. I'd like answers to those questions. Where did that $10,000 come from? Who came up with that number? How did you guys believe that? Do you guys believe it's 0% inflation over the next 21 years? Am I to believe that that's your financial intelligence for our community? I'm finding that the people that are supporting this project don't have a well on property right next to this project. I'm finding that the people that are for it are expecting a profit or are profiting from it. Now, I know a lot of you, and I know a lot of you clamor about big business and muscling politically. I'll finish. Give me 10 more seconds. 15. political muscling against big business and big corporations, and here we are rolling out the red carpet in our own community for this giant big business to come in.
Okay, thank you. Next up is Rhiannon McCauley.
It's pronounced Reagan. I don't think I need to first, I'd like to
I'm used to it.
remind everyone that this town that we call Beaver Dam was not always ours. In fact, it belonged to the Ho-Chunk and Potawatomi tribes, who I don't see, at least as far as I know, any representation of them as we destroyed this land for an AI data center. I'm 22 years old. I moved to Beaver Dam when I was halfway through high school because I believed that Beaver Dam would be a better place for me and my future. My family moved here for this. And yet, I'm looking at my city council members, who we voted for, who are public servants, I'd also like to remind you of that, not listening to the people. I was taught to respect my elders, and yet I'm sitting here watching my elders roll their eyes while people talk about their very valid concerns. Now, I'd also like to ask, when you're giving these numbers about these closed water systems and everything, has there been any other place where that has happened? Because I've seen AI data centers that have actually been built in cities all across America, and the things that they are promising are not happening. You can't listen to a large corporation like Meta and base your plans off of what they promise when there are no legal repercussions if they break said promise, and put things that we know we need, like water, like clean air, at risk for that. For what? For ChatGPT? We do not need ChatGPT. We do not need Meta. Meta does not care about any single one of us. We do need water. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up is Eric Differs.
The pamphlet's nice, the margins are nice, you've got the city colors. I don't see a lot of citing of this information, and the way that this is worded, everything is open. This is common. This is a bandage for the optics that were created over the months. A lot of these statements, there's nothing citing it. How does this compare to previous data centers? Because the way those are functioning, they're destroying the areas that they're sitting in. And then I guess, again, these decisions that were made behind closed doors and in secrecy, how is that representation? How are you representing the people that elected you to these positions if you are doing it in secret? It's ethically senseless.
Thank you. Next up is, I believe, Brett Judd.
Yeah. My name is Brett Judd, and I have lived in Dodge County since 1994, on and off. But if home is where the heart is, it never left Horicon March. And I am steadfastly protective of our shared resources, our shared responsibility to the environment. We are stewards of that area. And I know that some of you have extensive histories in doing things like this, and that there's no way that you could, in good faith, sign off on this. So I also want to talk about how living in the township, I have no representation. Last week when we were here, you said that we needed to speak to our alderman, and aldermen like Jack Yudds have just straight up said, I don't represent you, I represent so-and-so. But we are all impacted by the choices that you make today and the choices that you made over the last year. And so I'm really shocked by the lack of transparency. You can snow us and you can make some backroom deals, but none of us can escape the consequences of damage to our environment. And I want us to have a good outcome here. I would appreciate it if there would be a moratorium on construction, since this is done in such a backhanded way. I think that there should be a more dignified process for when we make these kinds of decisions in our community. Thank you.
Okay, then our last speaker for this evening is Campbell.
Hi, my name is Emily. I live in Trenton, less than a fourth of a mile from the metadata center development. I want to start by acknowledging that you guys do have I assume have our best intentions at heart when making these decisions. However, as others have said, you have broken the people's trust. We feel betrayed. Anyone in Beaver Dam who doesn't feel that way yet just doesn't have enough of the facts. Whether you believe these feelings are warranted or not, the reality is undeniable. The people do not have trust in you anymore. Since the announcement of the development on TID 10 was since it was announced it was going to be a data center, you have not given your constituents a real opportunity to be heard. 2-minute comment periods are not enough. FAQ sheets are not enough. Meta PR flyers are not enough. Standardized email responses are not enough. Right now, you have a reputation of being the least transparent city council this town has ever seen. But you can change that starting tonight. Here's what we're formally requesting. A city council member to sponsor adding the data center project, community discussion, and Q&A to a full agenda item. This item should include a minimum of 90 to 120 minutes of public input and dialogue. Not 2-minute comment periods, but an actual back and forth conversation with your constituents. All the city council members who voted for this project should be present and prepared to answer questions directly. Relevant city staff, including city administrator, legal counsel, and consultants, including Trent, Campbell, anyone who is involved in negotiations should be present and ready to answer technical questions. Alternatively, or maybe additionally, I suggest that the mayor call and authorize to schedule dedicated special council meetings specifically about the data center in the next 30 days. And this meeting format should include a time for people to ask questions and receive answers in real time. The meeting should be recorded and made publicly available with materials shared in advance so that people can come with informed questions. And a commitment to a specific date for the meeting should be, and a commitment for a specific date for the meeting should be held. Around 2 or 3 weeks from now, we need an actual date. We've been waiting in the dark since 2024, and we don't want to wait anymore. So will one of you please commit to sponsoring this meeting for us, please? Every time you redirect us or delay, you erode our trust further. You have the power right now, today, to show us that you're listening. Thank you.
Citizens of Beaver Dam, I ask that you please listen to the commentary that happened from folks that do not live in Beaver Dam.
Okay, that brings our informal public hearing to a close. At this point, we're going to move on to the next item on the agenda. If people wish to stay, they're more than welcome to stay.
All right, and that is all of this meeting.